he did get hit by it.
So he got hit by the chrono, and it got interrupted. So he had to position himself a bit further up here so that he won't get hit by the chrono, and then relocate them, I would say, to the other side. But I think this is a bit on FNG roaring the Enigma so early on in the fight when it actually didn't achieve much. And then on the Wisp not relocating properly.
Yeah, what I find really interesting about this team fight is the separation here. Look what a good job they have is corralling these guys, you know, like sheepdogs. They get all the rest of the team out of there. You got a solo Sven now. The entire team can focus on that. Down here, we got Faces Void chasing Lion and the rest of the crew. And it's just a really nice way. The positioning is great.
Tether and Relocate are all used.
Right.
So the Sven has no way of escaping. And I mean, at this point, I think the game is already really tough for VP.
Here
They
comes a
actually
good
have
fairy
the Sven.
Oh!
That could come back into the game, but it's just too little, too late.
Yeah, I think. I mean, they Virtus.Pro got the Aegis, they got the Roshan, but it wasn't enough. So next game, we thought I didn't say it, but I mean, I thought Virtus.Pro was gonna do very well as well. So what do you feel like they can improve on most? Was this because this was not an out draft? We talked about it before. Even if you did not know the teams, you felt like Virtus.Pro's draft was slightly in favor. So it was execution, mostly.
Yeah, I would say. I was surprised by how well Empire actually played, but I also think it was a lot on. They didn't get anything out of their supports, whereas Enigma just free farm jungle, and the Witch Doctor, he was just standing bottom, getting levels and zoning the Beastmaster. So for Empire, it was kind of simple what they had to do. They just needed to, just sit in their lane with the Witch Doctor. Enigma just farms jungle. It's kind of straight up. But
easier
I think
to execute.
What VP needed to do is have their supports on 2 different lanes. Like I mentioned earlier, I would have liked to see the Wisp go to the mid lane and stack for either the Sven or the DP, either one of them, and then the Lion just sit top and also just zone the Void and get levels, because then they would have a stronger Lion much earlier, Void would have less, and the mid hero or Sven would get even more farm, and the Wisp would get levels from that.
So they seemed a little bit stressed in this game. That's
I think
something
so, yeah.
that they need to be changing.
They felt like they needed to do more than they actually had to do because of the Enigma factor.
Yeah.
Which usually it is a threat, but when you overreact to it, you put yourself in an even worse position.
Well, we already have got a very different start to the game as we had previous games. We are in the draft, but a hero made it through that we normally don't get to see that much. Chen. For Virtus.Pro.
Chen. Yeah, that's a strong pickup. VP's lineup is already looking good. There's a reason he's a first man almost every single game, so liking it so far, man. But I don't know, we talked about it in the last game during it that they put a lot of focus on that Sven. And even though they want to make sure that he had a good game, but he's a BKB carrier, and they had a lot of BKB shutdowns. So I'm hoping that they spread this out a little bit. From Team VP, I want to see them have some powerful guys, not just putting all their eggs in that Sven basket. So let's see if Team Empire, how they're going to answer to this Chen. What's your number one answer to Chen? What do you pick immediately when someone...
Witch Doctor.
Yeah,
that's what I
feel like
really?
okay, so they're opening the same thing. They're opening Invoker, Witch Doctor, which they did in the last game as well. And I mean, Witch Doctor is also, he's good against, not only against Beastmaster, but he's also good against Chen for the same reason. The creeps, they get stunned, you interrupt the Chen's movement with the Witch Doctor. So it's a good answer to the Chen. The Invoker, maybe not as much, because some of his spells get negated by Chen. You can get ganked kind of easily by Chen, but you can go both ways as well. So he can kill off the Chen creeps later on in the game. If it goes there, then obviously Invoker is really good against Chen. So
I'm always surprised by how long that Witch Doctor stun is against those creeps.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's really sad when you play a hero with summons against Witch Doctor.
It's brutal. But let's see VP's answer. I mean, not really too much. They're very general heroes, kind of Invoker and Witch Doctor. You can't really get a very super hard counter against those, I don't believe. So we'll see how they answer that little conundrum. What are you thinking, Shiver? You liking it so far?
I mean, so far so good, right? Why change something that's not broken?
There you go.
They got a good start. It's already good against the Chen, even without, changing up what they did before. So
we're gonna see another Beastmaster.
Seeing if FNG can do a little bit better on this
time. How do you pick a Beastmaster into a Witch Doctor?
Yeah, I also feel like it's a bit strange. I mean, yeah, maybe they want to do the Zoo strat. With
the zoo?
A lot of zoo?
Oh, the zoo!
Yeah,
okay.
the zoo strat.
The zoo strat.
A lot of pets.
Yeah.
The boars and the hawks and the Chen creeps.
And Lycan and Enigma. You know, Enigma and Chen in the same game. That's gonna be crazy.
Lycan, yeah.
Enigma
Lycan in
off
there.
lane, Beastmaster mid lane.
But they actually do run Lycan though, don't they, VP?
Yeah,
they
they
kind of
do.
like running Lycan, so
They do.
it actually could be something like a Lycan and a Vengeful, and then plus, I don't know, Puck, whatever.
Oh,
Could
that'd be
actually
nuts.
work.
I think
But-
what are we gonna call that? The crazy cat strat? I mean,
Crazy
there's
cat?
just like 10 little animals running around.
They're not
A lot
cats
of,
though.
yeah,
Well,
they're
no,
not
but
all
the
of them
crazy
cats.
cat lady has like 13 animals at her
But they're
house.
wolves.
The pet strat,
The pet strat.
yeah.
The
Alright.
zoo.
The pet strat.
That's
the
fine.
zoo strat
The
or
zoo
pet
strat?
What's
Alright.
wrong with the zoo strat? Why does it have to
Nothing.
be cats?
I don't know. I just crazy cat lady.
But they're a wolf
Yeah,
and a boar.
Yeah.
we should move on. So let's see. How about bans? We got Enchantress out of there. We got the Juggernaut. Shiver, you're loving Juggernaut this tournament.
I
Every
am?
single game. Yeah, you're always like, what about Juggernaut?
It's because I feel like he is just really good in a lot of ways. You can basically dodge casks or anything really, any magical damage. No sunstrikes, unfortunately. And he's just he can fight early on. He doesn't need a lot of farm. He likes farm, obviously. He can use farm really well. But even if you just get levels, you're still going to be able to be useful in the game.
I have to agree with you. Yeah, he's a strong hero, and it looks like it's kind of telling though for why Team Empire would ban out a Juggernaut. I mean, they're kind of scared of a lot of physical burst damage, huh? So I think they're gonna have a pretty squishy lineup coming up.
Yeah, I mean, and Juggernaut also synergizes well with both Chen and Beastmaster. You can get some very push-heavy strategy with the healing ward, of course, and then the Chen, so you have a lot of healing
yeah.
and push with the inner beast, so the creeps hit faster and everyone hits faster, and it's hard to kill them. And
Just gotta put 3 levels in that healing ward, huh? And
Now
then
that,
you're good to go.
Oh, okay,
It
okay.
Did not work last time, but
I think Empire might pick up Gyro here. It's a good hero against both Beastmaster and Chen. It's good against Beast in the lane because he has a lot of damage, and with Witch Doctor it's kind of easy to zone out the Beastmaster. And then also against the Chen. When you have this call down against Chen, it's so big and it's really hard. The creeps, they're kind of immobile. So it's easy to kind of hinder the Chen's movement with a Gyrocopter with call down. And also you get a lot of damage, AoE damage, so you can actually kill off the creeps.
yeah. And Flat Cannon is pretty good
Yeah.
too, right? Yeah. So
With
sounds pretty good.
With the Chen being picked up by Virtus.Pro, so fairly greedy, already going for something in the jungle there. Do you feel like Empire is going to pick up that Enigma once again? Is that something that we can see happening here?
I think if they pick it up, it should be probably 4th pick. I think they would like to see Virtus.Pro's support first. I don't know because it would be easy for VP to pick up something like Avenge or even Rubik if they pick it up right now.
VP normally picks their G hero last, like in the games that we
It's
saw yesterday as well.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be an Enigma because I mean they already picked up the Oracle now and Witch Doctor,
yeah.
so that's probably that's their 2 supports, and
Yeah.
unless we see an offlane Enigma, then
Oracle can be a pretty amazing hero this match, though. I mean, you just false promise that roar and then cross your fingers, right? It could work out pretty good. Do you like Oracle in general? I mean, the people before he got released were like, "This is going to be the most OP hero ever. He's going to be
He
insane."
was, and then he got changed.
I think
And then
so.
he got
He was.
changed.
Yeah, he
His
got
ultimate had like a
changed.
20-second cooldown.
Yeah, and the
you
invis.
got invisible as
It
well.
was way
indeed.
worse. Yeah,
It was horrible, but do you think he's pretty balanced these days? Nothing?
Yeah, I think he's kind of balanced. I mean, he lacks some AoE clear, and his damage is not the greatest always. I mean, what's the damage? The healing damage.
It would be 120. No, I have no idea. But,
I don't know. I can't remember what the spell is called, but I mean, he doesn't have that much damage, so
yeah,
I think
could,
he's
though.
fairly balanced.
Yeah.
I would say. He's
I once played Oracle mid, and I owned. He is the ultimate hero to kill steal with.
He
Like,
has that
yeah.
That is
magical
just-
bird, but then you feel like an idiot if you don't kill steal and you heal him up.
You kill steal. You make sure that you always kill steal.
No! Alright,
I think we still lost.
Nice.
But I had an amazing game. My KDA was amazing.
The disruptor here, I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm trying to give people ideas in pubs now.
No.
Mid
Yeah.
Oracle.
Don't
Then
play it in
If you
ranked.
see
I
a
think it
mid
was
Oracle
unranked.
in your pub, blame Shiver.
Shiver influencing the mid Oracle meta.
And tweet at DreamLeague. It's something like hashtag blame Shiver, DreamLeague, something.
Alright, here's something interesting. Lone Druid got picked, and he was not banned. And people have been banning Lone Druid like crazy.
Yeah.
This time they're going to ignore him, and he's going to make it all the way onto the 4th pick for Team Empire. So hopefully we get to see that bear do some nonsense here. Why the Lone Druid this game, Pycat?
I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm thinking they probably have some strategy. They have kind of decent push. Once they get the Radiance, they have Forge and the Radiance. They have Alacrity for the Bear. They can kind of heal up the Bear with Witch Doctor and the Oracle, and it's hard to take him down.
Oh man.
So,
is it me or is there a lot of ways to kite that Ursa Bear right now?
yeah, there are quite a few ways of dealing with that Ursa, but I also think he's good against Lone Druid in the lane. I mean, you can start hitting that Bear.
Yeah.
If he goes up to attack, then you start right-clicking the Spirit Bear, and you can eventually kill it. With
man.
Chen and Disruptor, you can also be able to kill the Lone Druid if he goes out of position or if you smoke for it.
This
You
is
can take his tower early on.
Yep. This is a CIS region as it gets. 2 bears going at each other. You know?
It really is.
Jeez, the Russian bears fighting and the Russian
Bear
bears.
wrestling.
So
Yeah.
hype.
Got 2 bear, and it's going to be amazing, Dota. I'm thinking for the last pick, we will see maybe some Zeus.
Some
or,
Zeus is banned.
Oh.
No Zeus.
There is no Zeus.
There is no Zeus. I can't do that. I can't even try. It
That was
just
pretty good.
sounds
Can you do the
bad.
Wookiee again?
No.
Chewbacca? Yeah, I want to hear the
One more
Shiver.
time. One more time, I'll never
Shiver-
ask you for the rest of your
Chewie.
life. Give me one more
You do it
Chewbacca.
first, and I'll copy you.
God, it gets better every time. Oh, okay, last pick here. We've got a pretty good... And a Brewmaster, another bear! This is a bear throwdown
And
match.
better yet, it is a drunken bear. So, you know, to fit in the CIS theme here,
Wow.
stereotyping. I'm
We're
so
gonna
sorry.
go. We're gonna
Wow,
go
did
there.
you just go there, Shiver?
Good lord,
People said bear
Shiver.
wrestling.
Come on.
How could
You know,
you?
Come on, Shiver.
Jesus.
It makes sense though.
Supporting the stereotypes. Come on, Shiver.
Jesus. All right, and
All right.
Death Prophet, which is a good stereotype too.
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Yeah.
Very well known in the CIS region.
Yes.
It's haunted as hell over there with the ghosts of dead teams. Now coming up, here come. Is that too far?
Production. Can we do something about
But exciting match. The grudge match happens one more time. This is it.
Hey, do you want to call something? Because last time you had it right. Come on, this is your time to make sure that it wasn't just a 50-50 luck chance.
I don't
Yeah.
remember who's playing what. No, I'm just kidding. Death Prophet, I haven't seen her do too much in this tournament. She seems like a strong hero, not doing it. I'm gonna go with the Lone Druid against the Chen. They're both
Empire, once again.
Empire again. Go Team Empire. Empire greater than VP.
I'm gonna go with VP
Okay.
G, my old teammate. So
Can't let him down.
yeah.
Okay, we got a 50-50 split here once again on the panel. It's time to go to game 2 of Empire versus Virtus.Pro with OD Pixel and
Take it
Draxel.
away.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game 2 between VP and Team Empire. I'm OD Pixel, I'm here with Draskell. We just finished game 1, and game 1, it was a bit of a mess for Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, it wasn't great. Sometimes you have an off game. Sometimes you have an off game when the enemy team has a good game at the same time. And then you have what game 1 was, pretty much. It's just VP didn't really feel like they were all there, and Empire seemed like they were clicking. So we'll see if VP can get it together here for game 2. I think the drafts are relatively even. I do kind of like VP's Beastmaster Chen approach, and I think the Disruptor has great synergy with the hero as well. A lot of pick-off potential. Their 5-man, I guess you could say, might be a tiny bit weaker than Empire's because Brew is such a great 5 versus 5 hero, especially against heroes like Ursa who are prone to getting kited. Panel was talking about it. Being able to throw the bear and that tornado is very nice, but we'll have to see. Empire dominated lanes in game number 1. They don't really have the same kind of heroes though. So the Clinks was rotating around at a very early stage. I don't think we're going to see any crazy early movement like that because they just don't have the heroes for it. So maybe G can get the start that he was looking for in game number 2.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of this is going to be down to G because, I mean, if, say, G had a decent start at the beginning of that first game,
It would have been completely
having
different.
G and Joku farm would have been, that would have been a fine situation for me.
See some bear crime going on down here.
This is a lot of bear hate. And with these body blocks,
Look at
hello!
this.
What? Hey!
All right, easy
All
peasy.
right, 300 gold for the man in the bear suit.
Dear God.
Oh boy. Well, we talked about VP needing a good start, and it doesn't really get much better than that for the safe lane Ursa.
Sometimes you body block a bear for 10 seconds and You get a bonus pair of boots starting off.
Oh no, you don't get the kill as well, do you? Yeah.
He might. Yeah, that's no boots.
Yeah,
He's dead.
one more
He's
dead.
definitely dead.
Oh, he's got it, yeah. Okay. VP are back.
Well then, that was quick.
VP
After the
are
first
back.
game, everyone's just, you know, shake it off, a little bit of Taylor Swift, and just go on to game 2.
Oh dear. I mean, how do you recover from this lane if you're
Well,
low
that's a
druid?
bearless lone druid, because he summoned it, it got killed
Yeah.
right away, and then he died again, so it's 90 seconds before he can even try to do anything besides sit in the lane. That is the absolute worst thing that can happen. He's
That's
gonna
your
get
lane
glitched back
stays
again.
down the pan. Oh. Well,
He might just be dead again.
I think he
He's
certainly
dead.
is.
Okay. That's a report.
Oh god. I mean, you. What does he do? He can't go jungle. He can't.
Well, he can't go jungle for another minute, but he's gonna have to think about that.
Yeah.
That Ursa is gonna have, like, you know, if he picks up an Orb of Venom and Phase, he's just gonna get tower dove non-stop. They're even rotating the Witch Doctor over. He's like, please God, Miposhka, save me. This is not where I want to be. I am the lesser of two bears, as it were, at least for right now.
Yeah, they need to do something to bring that one back. Meanwhile, on the other lane, other side of the map, Ramses on his brute. Forced him back. The off-lane Beastmaster, he's got the backup of the Oracle there, the Brewmaster. And the mid lane CS-wise, 8 for 4 against the 2 for 2. So Scandal, he's really having his work cut out from here in the mid lane. He is struggling.
Well, he said the other day, oh, actually, Miposhka could be dead here. Yep. Bot.
Another kill for Yoku. 2-0-1. This has got to be the best start Nurse has had in competitive for a long time.
In terms of kills,
Yeah.
you're probably right. His overall CS is obviously low because he's been chasing heroes so much.
He's too busy killing heroes, yeah. Alright.
Scando was mentioning how he felt like his Invoker just wasn't quite up to snuff, because obviously we interviewed him the other day, and he said he didn't play it that well. So maybe he's been practicing a bit, but as it stands right now, like you were saying,
No, it's not great.
this is a Quas Wex Invoker, though. A lot harder to lane this against a Death Prophet than Exort, because your last hitting potential is just not quite there. You can't trade as effectively, but you might be able to set up ganks with the heroes that you have available, because Tornado EMP sets up so well for rotations. Whereas if you're Exort, you pretty much just have Cold Snap and Sunstrike. So we'll see if Empire can put any resources towards their middle lane to kind of swing it in their favor, because I do really think that was integral in winning that first game. But this time around, they're just not having quite the same success. However, the one thing that you can look to for Empire and be happy about is the fact that Ramses is free farming on his brew, and he will be the one dictating the tempo. So they picked the safe lane brew so he can open up the map for the lone druid. So even though Afterlife has had a pretty atrocious start, he will be able to recover as long as Ramses can create the space with that Invoker and with the supports mid game.
No, absolutely. Yeah, again, this is a game where a lot is on Ramses to perform and indeed create that space. At the same time, they're the safe laner for VP. Mr. Ursa, Mr. Yoku is now kind of almost caught up with CS of the Brute, even though the action that Ursa's been involved in. Talking about action, King up. Getting himself out of the net, but now he's been slowed. No fear, trying to chase him down it. He's got the Hellbear clap on it, but the cast will hold back the process from VP. They won't be able to go forward with the champ. And still 3 for 0, and I mean, I guess the question is, Ursa, with this kind of start, what do you imagine Yoku's game plan is going to be this game? How long is he going to sit in lane and wait it out? And we'll hold that forward, because mid lane trying to go on Scandal, but he's got the Coast Walk. He's going to be fine, but yeah, Ursa, what do you do with this amount of power?
I really like the early phase. He seems to opt out of it, though, or is he going to buy it now? Okay, yeah, he did buy the early phase. The thing about Ursa is, against a lane with no disables, you can just run at people. You're so freaking fast. And you can just chase people down, go for the Mask of Madness, go for the Blink Dagger, and that seems to be the very common core. And the thing about Mask of Madness is it just helps you do Roshan so much faster. So I think that's probably just going to be his build-up here. Maybe he goes Blink before finishing Mask, just really depends on if he wants to be more active early or if he wants to kill Roshan earlier.
And the Afterlife, he's just trying to find something here from the side camp. He's getting a few levels, a bit of farm, but it isn't great for the Lone Druid. It's going to have to be quite a big game of recovery if he wants to get himself back into fighting shape after that start.
Yeah.
Top lane though, it's Empire all over it by the looks of it. They
want that
they're
board.
confident hanging around between the tier 1s and the tier 2s, and they do get the ball.
Well, with Ramses being level 6 already, it's pretty difficult to TP react to this. because you're gonna get primal split cast, and all of a sudden you need to run away. Just not a fight that they're looking to take here. And this is an axeless Beastmaster, by the way. I suppose he's been juggling quite a bit.
Oh, the bear. Not again.
Bear down.
Another set of 300 gold for Yoku.
I think Afterlife has single-handedly given them like, what, 1,200 gold already?
1,200? Oh,
yeah, because he got
kills
first
as well.
blood.
Yeah. Well, I
2
guess,
bears,
yes.
first blood, and an additional kill.
Yeah, we'll be very close. Very close to that amount.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
On bottom lane. They'll look for the tower here with the Champ push. Yoku. He's there as well. And not a lot that Afterlife can do to stop this. He's thrown in the bear. He needs to be careful with that, man. As VP, very scary at this point of the game in this lane. And this Ursa still. He's gonna have the potential to run right out of control.
Well, Empire do have a lot of control, so they have this Quaswex Invoker. We don't see it a ton, but it's often picked when you need some way of like stopping a push or more crowd control inside of a team fight with a Brewmaster on top of that. The only problem I see them having is they actually kind of just don't have damage. So they need the Lone Druid to get Radiance.
And this man, he's glimpsed, he's in the field again. Afterlife, he has the Savage Roar to buy him some time, but it's not enough. Killing spree for Yoku as they punish the Lone Druid once again. I mean, we've seen in countless series this hero being highly contested in the draft, being banned out, and with performances like this, people aren't going to be scared of Empire's Lone Druid.
Well, it's not been his best game. We can say that, I think, with relative certainty. And this does mean that Roshan is going to be on the table here for Virtus.Pro as well. It's going to be trading an offlane tier 1 for Empire. So you see it drop there. But this is not the ideal trade for Empire, but it's the one that they have to make. They just can't really look to contest right now unless they have their Invoker and Brewmaster present for the team fight. But it's already too late. I mean, this thing's going to be dying in a couple more auto attacks regardless. Looks like G is going to create some space here.
No, but he's going to have the team coming through as well. And the Oracle spell's actually ending up healing the man. Static Storm's going to be dropped, but Empire will simply walk out of it. Now get the Troll Trap onto Miposhka, but it looks like Empire, they're going to be fine themselves. But at the least, you know, they didn't kill G. G was able to get himself out of there alive.
Aloha Dance, if he didn't mess up his combo there, that could have been huge. If they catch the Brew in that cage and they kill him, that's maybe even a tier 2 tower, honestly. Because they can just keep pushing after the fact, and the Chen was already in the area with creeps. So because of the fact that the Brewmaster is still alive and kicking, they might not feel as confident to push. But Ramses, he's actually heading straight back top. Doesn't want to let FNG get his counter push going on, and he does not have a TP right now.
I'm going to guess Ramses, he's looking for that first Titan blink.
Yeah, he needs the initiation.
But I mean, even when you've got that, I mean, I guess the follow-up is there from the Invoker and arguably the Witch Doctor with his Death Ward.
I actually think that, like, I already mentioned it, but he's going to get roared here. The miss!
Whoa!
Oh, I thought that miss saved him for a second.
It did nearly look like it. Okay, only just able to get that final swipe through. But I mean, this is a huge total effect. Game 1, Empire were the ones, 9 minutes in, I think it was 9-1. But game 2, VP, it's 5-0, and everything looks to be going their way.
Their momentum is insane right now. Oh, they messed up a smoke though. That was really awkward. No fear smoke before the tower died, so it just immediately revealed the smoke, and now they just don't have one, which is pretty unfortunate. Not a mistake you see too often from a team of this caliber.
Yoku could... Oh, it's Scandal. I guess he can't really go for this one on his own.
Nah, he just gets tornadoed.
They could go for the Brew. Have they got the lockdown for the Brew again? Royal, of course, still on cooldown.
They're all under a ward though, so...
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been nice if they didn't smoke under a tower?
Oh, King R.
Wait, how does he still die to this?
He did not get the memo. And, well, the fight's going to kick off. Static Storm's going to get laid down onto Ramsey. Ramsey's not going to be able to get off his ult again in this fight, so it's...
They have a ward! Why are... Hello? What's happening?
Is that a glitch?
Empire are crumbling.
And that was a very bad fight for them to take. I mean, I guess initially they didn't want to. Oracle was jumped on, but as you said, Oracle hanging a bit too close to King R. And Ramses tried to redeem it maybe with the rest of his team, but that was just never going to be a fight you're going to win.
They don't have the damage. That's really the biggest issue. They have a ton of control, but they just don't have DPS until Lone Druid gets Radiance. They really needed Afterlife to have more space, and I think the whole game plan that Empire had was predicated around the idea of, you know, Ramses being that teamfight hero that you need. Could even see Maposhka drop here. Aloha Dance wants to go for it. Oh, he actually let him go out of vision.
Yoku should still have this.
Oh,
He's trying for the
dead.
Dukes. He's not going to make it. It's another kill. It's an unstoppable Ursa. You got 10 minutes in. 6.6k net worth. It really is just a huge mirror of what we saw in game 1. This is a steamroll in totally the opposite direction.
Yeah. It could even be a more dominant performance, actually, because even though VP were really far behind in game 1, you could see that their lineup was still capable of winning if Empire were to make a mistake. But Empire's lineup this game just don't have DPS. Like, who is supposed to actually kill a hero?
And you can see that bottom lane they're trying to do something in return, Empire, but mid lane VP are looking very, very strong, and I'm going to back off for the time being. Yours is now done on G.
This is a level 4 Oracle, by the way. Just want to point that out. Well, level 4 at 11.5 minutes. Not the dream.
He's having a tough one. It certainly isn't the same story for these guys as in game 1. As VP have really upped their game, and they are punishing Empire hard this match. And I mean, it's the fact that Yoku's playing an Ursa and he did get the start that he had. It's one of those heroes that you just have the potential to just rip through whoever you choose to jump in onto an Empire.
Yeah.
Thanks to the start that Yoku's had.
Empire looking to make the first aggressive move in at least some time. Gonna try to get a pick here. Probably just gonna end up being FNG.
Yeah, let's FNG. Yeah, he can't get himself. Well, okay, if he blinks the TPs now, if he's aware that something's
they think he
going
backed.
on.
They may think that he went back. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, he's gonna walk into the ward vision maybe? No.
Oh,
Kind of chilling.
he's
Okay, they're gonna catch him. He's
FNG?
just standing in the lane. He's like,
watching
I'm
blink. Is he gonna blink
fine.
TP?
I'm totally fine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's gone. So I did take them a fair bit of time though, and it was a full commitment from the full 5-man, but I guess a kill nonetheless.
It's a blink for Ramses as well, so maybe
Yeah.
they can look to set up something after this. Try to take a team fight. I really just don't know. Like, the problem when you're behind on a Quasvex Invoker is you just never... You have Tornado EMP Cold Snap, which is fine, but you don't have enough damage to kill with a Chen lineup that's going to have Mech and Hand of God as well. So you can delay a push by draining mana, which is very useful in a lot of situations, but the biggest issue is a lot of these heroes, you know, Death Prophet, Disruptor, and the Chen, they have large mana pools, and they have 2 pairs of Arcane Boots already to offset the EMP mana loss. So it's kind of one of these situations where you need a space-creating mid like Quasvex Invoker to do things.
Oh,
and
Lone Druid. If
they
they
might go
to
the
left,
other way, yeah.
Afterlife's going to be lucky for the time being, unless they wrap round, which they might just do. But Afterlife might inadvertently juke this. Alright, bit of a ring around the rosies here.
Some Benny Hill going on here. Oh, I think he might have gotten spotted. Yep.
Oh.
Nice ward.
Not nice enough.
No, I mean it was nice ward placement for vision because they did it
Oh,
so
yeah,
they
sorry,
could glimpse
yeah.
him. Yeah.
This is oh boy, I mean this series, I don't think I've ever seen a series where you've just had 2 games as
Very polarizing,
one-sided.
isn't
yeah,
it?
It's very strange. You can have a series like this where one team just really hits the spot in one game, and the second game it's a total miss from them, and the other team just hitting back as hard, if not even harder.
I mean it's 14 minutes in and we're looking at a tier 3 going down here. Or almost. Okay, initiation.
They've got a Raw. Oh, FNG actually can get the Raw off there. So now, Scandal's going to lead in with the combo. The MP to connect onto FNG. We've got G siphoning down King R. A lower dance coming back in. Thunderstrike right clicks. Yoku, he's already cleaned off the Witch Doctor. But still, they're trying to fight for more, but the silence from G coming out to Scandal. They've found 3 from the side of Empire. Afterlife, he's left there with the bear. They've lost the primal split duration now. Ramses is back in his normal form, and he gets punished, and everyone's dead. And
Yep.
GG's cool.
Alrighty.
Alright. 15 minutes in, 14-2.
You could see it in the last team fight.
Alright.
They just had no damage. The Tornado EMP gets thrown out, okay, and that results in 1 kill, and it's FNG. He doesn't get his roar off, They even Cyclone the Chen before he uses Mech or Hand of God, and they barely had enough damage to kill FNG without the use of either of those things. If he wasn't stuck in the air, I'm pretty sure, No Fear would have been able to save, like without a doubt. And that's just an example of the inherent problem with Empire's lineup is if the Lone Druid has a bad game and Brewmaster and Invoker don't get active very early,